Hello, welcome to a John Hersey High School spring video visit. Due to construction in our student services area in the spring of 2025, we are not able to welcome college reps to come in person and share important info about their institution. So we've invited them to submit a video overview and paired, in most cases, 2 to 3 similar type schools together. Even if you've never heard of these schools before, give them a watch. You may be surprised at what you learn, and one of these schools may end up being the right fit for you.
Hi everyone, my name is Siobhan Conners. I'm your regional admissions representative for the University of Missouri. I'm based in Chicago, so I'm here for you every step of the way during your college decision process. At Mizzou, we actually have 3 full-time recruiters based in the Chicago area because Chicago students represent such a big portion of our campus. So please don't hesitate to reach out after this presentation. If you have any questions, you can see my contact information right above me on the screen. I'm going to be your primary representative for Hersey High School, but Maria and Brooklyn, my colleagues, are also wonderful. So please don't hesitate to reach out to them as well. But I'm going to give some general information about the university here today. You can see some fast facts on the screen, but I'm also going to go into a little bit more detail about the application process, test scores, scholarships, those kinds of things. So some fast facts about the university. We are, as you may have guessed, located in Missouri in a town called Columbia, smack dab in the middle of the state, about a 6.5, 7-hour drive from Chicago, depending on exactly where you're located. But we do have a direct flight from O'Hare to Chicago. It's about a 35-minute flight, so that's definitely my favorite way to get to campus. We have about 30,000 students in total and then 24,000 undergraduates, so we're certainly a big school. You get all the benefits of that, 300 different majors, 600 different clubs and organizations, premier internship, research, study abroad opportunities. We're a Division I school in the SEC. But at the same time, you never feel like you're just a number on campus, and there's a couple different reasons why. First and foremost, our average class size is 32 students, so you're getting a lot of opportunities to really work closely with your peers and your professors. And secondly, campus itself is 1 square mile, so you can walk from end to end in 20 minutes or less, never have to worry about driving or taking a bus to class. That's really convenient if you're like me and you're not a morning person, you're always running late to those 8 a.m.s, but it also really helps foster a sense of community on campus. To go a little bit more into depth about majors at Mizzou, I mentioned that 300, so there's a lot to choose from, but some of our most popular programs include journalism, business, nursing, engineering, and health sciences. Now, one thing to note about applying to the University of Missouri is that you're applying to the university, not a specific school or college. So say, for example, you want to study engineering. At some colleges, it might be more competitive to be accepted, but because you're an engineering major, that's not the case at Mizzou. We're looking at general admissions requirements. Every single student is going to be considered the exact same way, regardless of your major. So don't be concerned about having a harder time, per se, getting accepted because you're an engineering or a business student. Kind of on that same vein, all of our programs, with the exception of nursing and some of our clinical programs, so like ultrasound, radiography, all of our other undergraduate programs are direct admit, meaning if you're accepted in Mizzou, you're accepted into your program, and you can start taking courses in your major your first day on campus. In terms of being admitted to the university, we are test optional for this year. Next fall, so for my fall 2026 students, they haven't formally announced whether or not we're going to be test optional for next year. I'm anticipating that we will be, but just note that that policy is not set in stone per se. We as an institution have no preference as to whether or not you submit a test score. It really is just about what you think is going to put your best foot forward. On our website, you can see more detailed information about the exact GPAs and test score you would need to be admitted, and similarly, the exact test score and GPA you would need to get certain scholarships. One thing to note is that test optional students are still considered for scholarships, but they are competitive and they are holistic. So we're going to look at your GPA. We're also going to look at the rigor of your high school course load, extracurriculars, and an essay you'll submit. So there's no right answer as to where or how you should apply. It depends on you and what kind of metrics you're working with as a student. What I will say, though, is that we're rolling admissions at Mizzou, meaning there's no firm deadline to apply, and you can send in additional application materials after the fact. So let's say you apply test optional, you don't get the admissions decision or scholarship decision that you want, you can always send in a test score later. So keep that in mind, that you'll always have the opportunity to send in a test score even if you apply test optional. In terms of what kind of students would really like Mizzou and really benefit on Mizzou's campus, I always describe Mizzou as a very involved campus. When I was a student at Mizzou, I graduated in 2020. I didn't know a single person who wasn't involved in at least one club or organization on campus. We're also definitely a large, research institution. We kind of have that big school spirit working for us as well. So we are in the SEC. We do have a great football team. We were ranked, I believe, 20th this year, which is really, really exciting. So there's certainly a big football culture. So if you're someone who's really outgoing, that really likes hands-on opportunities and hands-on learning, going to different kind of school spirit events, Mizzou is probably a great school for you. Columbia, where we're located, is also very much a college town. So if you're looking for that kind of traditional college town feel, you'll definitely get that in Columbia. I mentioned hands-on aspects a second ago. I want to double down on that, talk a little bit more in detail about our Missouri method. So the Missouri method is what we call our hands-on learning philosophy. So all of our majors get tangible, real-world experience baked into the curriculum. So if you're interested in journalism, for example, you could work at KUMU, which is NBC's only collegiately affiliated news station in the country. 100% of our business school students will graduate with an internship. If you're studying education, you could be working in a classroom with students as early as your sophomore year. So when you walk across that stage at graduation, you can tell an employer, you can tell a graduate school, I already have demonstrated work experience. And that makes you really marketable and really employable. 95% or over 95% of Mizzou graduates either had a job or were in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. So you have a very, very marketable degree. I also always have to touch on our residency process. We are an out-of-state school, but there's really a very streamlined process to get in-state status and thus in-state tuition at Mizzou. So essentially what you have to do is stay the summer. You'll stay the summer. It could be on campus. It could be in St. Louis or Kansas City. Anywhere in Missouri is fine as long as you're staying the summer. We'll have you get a Missouri driver's license, register to vote in Missouri, make it $3,000 in taxable income, and then you can't be claimed as a dependent on your parents' taxes for 1 year. But once you do all those things, you're Missourian through and through. Qualify for in-state tuition, and that lowers the cost by over $20,000 a year beginning sophomore year. So it's really easy to make Mizzou affordable that way. I know I covered a lot of information really fast, so please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions about specific degree programs, campus life, or anything else that's on your mind about the college process. The application will open up on August 1st. For my juniors and for seniors, you can go ahead and apply now. We're rolling. We'll have a supplemental scholarship deadline for juniors when you apply to Mizzou next year on December 1st, so kind of keep that on your radar. And we'll also have our countdown and sneak peek event, which is for both juniors and seniors in Oak Brook, Illinois on March 3rd this year. So you can sign up online on our website, and also definitely recommend visiting campus if you can. It's a really great way to learn more about the university. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And MIZ, don't hesitate to reach out with any questions.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Emily Madsen. I'm one of the regional recruitment specialists here in Chicagoland for the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and I'm so excited to get to take a little time with you to talk about UNL today. We're going to go ahead and kick this off just by talking, giving a little bit more of an overview of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. So UNL is the flagship university of the state of Nebraska. We are located in Lincoln, Nebraska, about a little over an 8-hour drive west and a little south of here, or an hour-and-a-half flight. There is a direct flight from O'Hare to Lincoln, so real convenient to get out there, which is great. We are a little bit more of an urban campus as well, as we are located right in the heart of downtown Lincoln, which is the capital city of Nebraska. Everything you need is right there within walking distance of campus, which is really great for our students. We are also a part of the Big Ten Conference, but great thing about us is we're actually one of the smallest schools in the Big Ten. So you get all the opportunities of a Big Ten school, but a little bit of a smaller campus feel. We're just under 24,000 students total, just under 20,000 undergraduate. So we're still a bigger campus overall, but small for Big Ten, which really gives you the best of both worlds. We are also about 25% of our students are from out of state as well. So really great opportunities to meet people from all over the country. And a lot of them do come from Chicagoland and Northern Illinois as well. So even if you're the only student from your high school going to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, you'll definitely meet some other people from the area attending the university as well, which is great, especially when you're looking for that ride home at Thanksgiving or things like that. That's a little bit of an overview of UNL. Let's talk a little bit about majors and areas of study. So UNL does have over 100 areas of study to choose from through 9 different colleges, so lots of opportunities. Really, pretty much anything you're looking for, we most likely have it, which is great for our students. Our most popular majors include under the College of Business, the College of Engineering, and our pre-health areas. So lots of opportunities for some of those bigger, more popular majors. But we also have some smaller, more unique majors as well. So some of those include interior design. We have a really great newer major called Business and Law through the College of Business that really looks at that interdisciplinary area. So if you're maybe looking to law school but want that business background, could be a great opportunity for you. We have a really strong sports media and broadcasting major. A lot of people may not think about Nebraska for fashion design, but we have a great textiles, merchandising, and fashion design program at our school as well. And then we even have PGA golf management if we have any golfing fans out here. So lots of really cool opportunities for some of these smaller, unique programs on our campus as well. Great thing about us as well is when you do apply to the university, you do apply directly to your major. But the great thing about us is it's pretty easy to switch between majors once you get here. So if you start in a specific major and end up deciding it's not a great fit, for the most part, it's pretty easy to switch between them as well. So you don't have to feel like just because you chose this when you applied, that's what you have to stick with for all 4 years either. So let's talk a little bit about how we can actually get you admitted to the university. So the university actually has guaranteed admissions requirements. So that means that you need to meet one of our performance requirements and have taken all of our core course requirements. And if you meet all of those, then you'll automatically be admitted. So the performance requirements include either a 3.0 GPA or a 20 ACT or a 1040 SAT, or to be in the top half of your graduating class if your school is ranked. So you just need one of those performance requirements. And if you notice, we are test optional because if you have either that 3.0 GPA or are in the top half of your graduating class, then we don't need a test score to admit you. However, we are test preferred for scholarships. So we always recommend students submit a test score if they have it, just to be able to be eligible for the most amount of money possible. So if you have a test score, we recommend you submit it, but it's not going to be required to be admitted. And then for our core course requirements, we require 4 units in math, 4 of English, 3 of a social science, 3 of a natural science, and 2 of a world language in the same world language. So if you have all of these core courses completed and you've met one of the performance requirements, then you'll automatically be admitted when you apply. So it's really nice to know kind of where you're at this point. With that, great thing about us as well is once you've been admitted, you're automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. So you don't have to do anything extra to be considered for those. UNL has tons of out-of-state academic scholarships available, and 96% of our students do receive an academic scholarship or grant. So lots of ways to fund your education with us. So some of the out-of-state scholarships include the Chancellor's Tuition Scholarship, Husker Salute Pledge, National First Responder Pledge, and the Nebraska Legacy Tuition Scholarships. All of those include a merit-based component as well as some other category. And then the new Nebraskan Tuition Scholarship is purely based on your merit or your academic performance. And so the new Nebraskan Scholarship is one scholarship with multiple different tiers. These are listed out here just to give you an idea of what the range kind of looks like for that new Nebraskan Scholarship. All of this is on our website as well, so you can definitely take a deep dive into this to kind of see what the scholarship opportunities are. We also have a net price calculator on our website where you can actually plug in your academic information to give you an idea of what kind of scholarships you might be eligible for. For our juniors, I would plug in the information you have now, and you can even play around with it to see maybe where you want to be at by the end of your senior year as well. Great thing about this is, like I said, you don't have to do any extra applications for these. You'll automatically be considered for them once you're admitted. But we do also have a supplemental scholarship application that you can submit by February 1st of your senior year to be considered for some additional scholarships that stack on top of the merit-based ones. So that can just help you get as much scholarship money as possible by completing that application as well. Finally, if you want to come visit us in Lincoln, we do have a couple of different visit opportunities. So we do our Red Letter Day events. That's a more of an open house style visit. We hold those on Mondays and Fridays throughout the semester. And then students can actually come to campus, talk to multiple different majors on campus, talk to different programs like clubs, activities, housing, all those kinds of things. So you can really get a broad view of the university as a whole. And then we also offer our Husker Weekdays. So that's a half-day visit where you get not just the tour, but you get to meet with one of the colleges or majors that you're interested in. So if you really want to deep dive into a specific area, I would recommend the Husker Weekdays. If you want more of a broad overview of campus, Red Letter Day is going to be your better fit. And then we do also offer a couple of Husker Saturdays each semester. So this is an opportunity for students who maybe can't make it during the week to still be able to come visit campus. That Husker Saturday event is styled more like a red letter day. It's a little bit shorter, but it's a great opportunity for students who maybe can't make it to campus during the week. I know, especially being an out-of-state student, getting to campus in the middle of the work week may not always be possible. And so having that Husker Saturday option is great for our out-of-state students, especially. So lots of different options there. You can register for any of these through our admissions website at admissions.unl.edu/visit. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Again, I'm your rep here in Chicago. So if you guys ever need anything, always feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help with anything I can, and I hope you have a great semester. Thanks.